Online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket. Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through May 28th is the Mystery Box promotion, a $225 value for only $99. That includes 3 8-ounce fillets, 2 4-ounce fillets, 4 New York strips, and 4 8-ounce sirloins. Also, $2 off all Bear and Burton sauces. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. The Cowboy Mounted Shooting Association National Championship is in Lincoln at the Sand Hills Global Center this Thursday through Sunday. Come see cowboys and cowgirls go for the national championships riding fast horses and shooting pistols. The event is free to the public, so come on out and watch the cowboys and cowgirls May 23rd through the 25th, with the showcase event starting at 7 o'clock Thursday evening and Friday evening at the Sand Hills Global Center at 84th and Havelock.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
It's, hey, he looked as advertised. He looked really good in the spring game. And because of that, we're going back to a bowl game this year, is what Husker fans are telling them. So I think the fans have a more realistic perspective. And I think this coaching staff has done a really good job of handling Dylan Raiola and the expectations around him.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer.
Blitz is on. Taylor picks it up. Fires. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Canadian Football League Grey Cup champion.
Taylor again, wide open.
First team All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
5 for Steve Taylor. That is a new Nebraska record.
Steve Taylor is in the building, and so it is time for a weekly rap session with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
Oh, man. Tough day today, man.
Why's that?
Tough day today, man.
Having a tough go at it, huh?
It's 75 degrees and no wind. And my buddies are 10 off in about 10 minutes.
They never can wait for you.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. It's happened once or twice before, but I knew now this is the time where I'm trying to get my game together. I played yesterday. I had lost one match, won one match, and lost $1 in skins. And so I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but I wanted to get back out there today. And I'm like, I got to go see my man Bach at the Ticket at 12 noon.
They can't wait till later in the afternoon to let you in?
No, dude. No. They tell we got we got this great group. It's called Team Snap, right? Mm-hmm. So it's an app that you join to, and you sign in if you're going to be there or not. So they get the numbers, and then we got a couple of guys that makes up the teams, and then we do a team versus team overall skins game. So I can show up late and play 9 holes and just be in the skins game, but it's not the same. It's just not the same being there for the whole 4 hours. So I love this. I love golf more.
That's right. You're missing your golf.
Anyway, but I'm getting some things done today. I went to the office and I got a big meeting coming up Thursday, so I got to get ready for that. And some things around the house. Went and got some flowers.
Nice.
I got to wash the car still.
Yeah.
A
little spring cleaning going on, or?
Yeah, a little bit. I pretty much have all my stuff done now.
Yeah.
So I don't want anything to interfere with golf. All my yard is meticulously done and all that stuff. Everything's taken care of. We just have 1 or 2 pots that I need to get a handle, but my wife's she's gonna plant them. I just went and bought them from Earl May.
Nice.
But anyway, no. So I actually enjoy my days off. I just kind of like my body needs to rest, dude. Mm-hmm. Just 20 years of football, man, takes a toll on you. I've been talking to guys about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for me to walk 2 days in a row.
Is it really?
Well, it's not hard, but I feel it the next day.
Yeah.
I did it last week. I walked 4 days in a row. I sucked it up because I didn't want to reward myself by riding in a car because I was playing so poorly. I thought at least I can get some workout
Punish
in.
yourself.
So no, but then I got here at the mill and I'm like, I'm gonna get that drink that my daughters always get, right?
Oh yeah.
My wife and they get this dirty ice chai or dirty Thai, dirty chai they call it.
Yeah.
And so I got a little pick me up,
You like it?
make me feel. I love it, dude. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, there
Great
you
in the
go.
summer, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
My Lincoln dad, rest in peace, Dan, used to get this all the time,
Mm.
and that's where it started.
So we do
Yeah.
have Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, that's
coming
right,
up.
yeah.
Are you going to be golfing?
Yes,
on
I got
Memorial Day
tons of
then?
golf. I got tons of
all
golf.
weekend long.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna be gone next Wednesday.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we have our Old Man Open Championship Golf. It's an Old Man member guest. You have to be 50 and plus. So my neighbor Dave Dominiani is going to play with me, and we've done very well together. We've made the Derby, I think, every time except once. So my buddy Endzone Jones is going to be here. So you guys are going to get a break from Steve Taylor, T-Made, and Endzone Jones from Omaha. My running back is going to come in and save me again, like he's done, like he did many times we were playing. So Easy's a good guy. You'll like him.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
fun. Of course, we've had Tom Banderas
yeah.
before, and that was a lot of
yeah.
fun. So I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
Endzone Jones.
Yeah.
You still call him Endzone Jones? Do you think it's
I'll
okay
never do.
if I call him that?
Easy. Call him Easy or Endzone Jones.
All right.
That's what he's known, man. Yeah, he's cool, dude. I never forget, man. When I was in high school, right? He was from Omaha, obviously, Central, and I was watching spring football or paying attention to what's going on in spring football, and someone mailed me a picture. It was a news article with Keith Endzone Jones because he didn't redshirt. I mean, the dude was like was the fastest running back forever, right? And man, it was in black and white, and it was this cool picture of him, like it was a scrimmage or something, and he was like jumping over like a couple of defenders, and it was the sweetest, still one of the sweetest pictures I've seen to date of a football guy in action. And I was so excited. He had number 6, for Endzone Jones scoring 6 touchdowns, 6 points, and I was so excited to be playing with him, And but I had that up on my wall in my bedroom in college, in high school.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I got here and then I got to meet him. I came here early in the summer, so I was hanging out with him, and I was hanging out with Jeff Smith. You may not remember Jeff Smith.
Yeah.
Played running back here.
Sure.
He was something else too, dude. And they were all in the dorms. And so I was hanging out with him and Brian Washington. And because he and Keith came in together and whatnot. And we went to Denny's one night at like 2 or 2:30 in the morning. And Brian B-Dub had this nice 300 red ZX. And it's only a 2-seater. So me being a rookie, the freshman, they put me in the back of the hatch. Endzone Jones was Endzone Jones in the passenger side. And we went to Denny's, man, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when they had it right across from the stadium.
Oh, okay.
And
I never knew that.
Oh yeah. They had the little big red store, then they had the Denny's right there. And
Okay.
I don't know what we're doing, man. We were just hanging out, just young and stupid, just hanging out.
Yeah.
And I never forget that day. I was just so excited about being here and hanging out with 2 Huskers. And there were 2 freshmen that did not redshirt, which was hardly ever done.
Yeah.
Especially at running back, And here I was hanging out with these guys.
And so
it's cool.
I'm trying to think. So they were a year earlier than you.
They're a
is that
year,
what you're
yes.
saying? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I came up in the summer, and they were here doing like summer workouts, going to summer school and stuff. And we just connected. And once they saw that I was okay to hang out with, you don't really hang out with young dudes, but they saw that I was going to look like I was going to be an impact, so they let me hang out with them. So it was cool. So I learned the ropes from those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So trying to go through your career here. 86 was Dubose still the primary running back?
Man, see this is what people. Well, I would have had my Lawrence Phillips and Amon Green. I would have had Doug Dubose and Keith Jones, and then Kenny, and Kenny right behind them, right?
Yeah.
And that 1-2 punch just would have been phenomenal, because you had the speed and the quickness and agility of Endzone Jones, which would have given defenders a different approach, right? And you had a guy like Doug Dubose who was just kind of wasn't as fast as Easy, but he was durable. I mean, Easy was durable too, but Doug could tote the ball 30 times a game, and not feel it. His body was just built that way and everything. But we would have had that 1-2 punch, and we both all 3 of us could have fed off one another. We just would have had that extra.
Yeah.
But we lost Doug, and Keith did a great job, obviously carrying the load. And then we had Tyrese Knox, who really could have been that guy if he just would have had that determination and work ethic. It would have helped Endzone out myself. And then we had Keith, then we had Kenny Clark, and coming up young too. So but then my junior year, Keith and Kenny kind of played a little bit, but Kenny was so young. He was really young. At that
So was
time.
DeBosa's injury? Was that like
It was in spring.
that was his final year?
Yeah, that was yeah.
Yeah.
That'd have been
that
my
was
junior. That'd have been my junior year. He got hurt.
Okay,
He
yeah.
got hurt that spring.
Hmm.
And he got hurt that spring, and that hurt us. That hurt us a lot actually, because he was a front runner for the Heisman.
Yeah. It's just a scrimmage, huh?
Just a scrimmage, man.
Yeah.
Just a scrimmage.
That's tough.
Yeah, I don't even know if he was really even tackled. We had just switched to Converse that
Oh,
year,
okay.
and we had like 2 or 3 guys blow out their knees
Oof.
that year just because of the way the spikes were. And then they adjusted that
Yeah.
and whatnot. They grounded all mine down after I saw that dude. I was like, I'm not wearing those shoes
Oh boy.
unless the turf is wet. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was just too catchy.
Did that rattle the team quite a bit there for a second?
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was a blow.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a front runner for the Heisman.
Yeah.
We had so much expectation and everything, and when they had all the depth at running back, so it was a very vital piece for us to lose.
Yeah.
It was, and but Keith did a great job. He was all conference, played in the NFL.
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
was a good back and everything. It was a great back, and had speed and broke a lot of records and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, did he? And
Mhm.
it was the game against Barry Sanders. He actually ran for quite a bit of yards, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Keith ran for a bunch of yards a lot of times.
Yeah. Wasn't just that
Yeah, he
game,
was
but
he was
yeah.
consistently over 1,000 yards and stuff like that and everything.
Yeah.
No, he was solid, very
Yeah.
solid. Yeah.
That'll be exciting to
Yeah.
catch up with him and see.
He's
what's
real
going on.
smooth, man. He's
Yeah.
and he looks good, and he's like real. He's just real chill. He's
Yeah.
like real chill. I wish I was chill like that.
Yeah.
That's why we call him easy, I guess.
Well, I think you look pretty young. So does he look pretty young too?
He looks good.
Yeah, looks good.
He has a lot more hair than I do.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Maybe that'll help out a little bit.
No. Easy looks good. No, we go way back. We've always had a really good connection. So I appreciate him having my back like he always had. So
Yeah, I was just looking at his write up here on
Yeah.
Oscars.com. It says Jones closed out his career at Nebraska as the 3rd leading rusher in
Yep.
school history at the time. Career high 248 yards in the regular season final at Colorado. That
Oh,
gave,
yeah, dude.
24-7 win.
I don't even think I even ran the ball that game. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember that dude. It was snow on the side, and I just handed the ball off, and he was just running like crazy, man. That was fun. It was fun to
Yeah.
watch him.
Looks like yeah.
He took a lot of beat. And play, I back at Nebraska, man. It's just you just take a pounding,
Yeah.
and he did
Oh,
he
yeah,
did a
back
great
then.
job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the same way for quarterbacks. I mean, you took a comparative to quarterbacks now,
No,
and that's what I always think is like, when you watch a game, and this would happen
Yeah.
with Adrian Martinez or something, and you
Yeah.
hear, somebody say, "Well, they're running him too much. He's already been hit 7 times on the ground."
Yeah.
What are your thoughts as an option quarterback when you hear
Dude.
that? You think, dude, I
Dude.
hit 7 times in the first quarter.
We actually set a record against Arizona State. I think my senior year, we had 3 people that had 20 plus carries for over 100 yards.
Jeez.
So I carried it 20 sometimes. I think Terry Rogers, is it Terry Rogers or I know it was Keith Jones, and it was I think it was Terry Rogers or Tyrese Knox. One of those two was the third guy that had 20 plus carries. We had set a record. It
Yeah, that's a
it had
lot,
never
yeah.
been done at Nebraska. Think about that.
I
man.
bet, yeah.
That's crazy. And I think we all rushed for over 100 yards
Mm.
against Arizona State my senior year.
That's why I missed.
That's
the
a lot,
option.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
why I missed the option because
I don't miss it.
There would be. I know you probably.
That's why my body is
Probably why you're
aching
not
every
walking
day.
too well at that golf
Dude.
course.
No, man. I talk about this every day because I would like to ask the normal guy what he feels like in the morning.
Yeah.
And I don't. Every now and then I take ibuprofen or something like that, but you don't want to get too dependent on that. But you feel it. It aches,
Yeah. Was it
Yeah.
quite a relief? I mean, obviously, once you get to Canada,
Oh, it's a huge
you're
relief.
not going to take as many hits.
No, it was a
Yeah.
huge. It was really nice just to play quarterback.
Yeah.
Not to have that responsibility of running a football. And you can scramble and do that kind of stuff, and it took me a while to just run out of bounds.
Yeah.
I never really ran out of bounds, but
Is that frowned upon here?
you got graded down.
Yeah, you did. You
got graded
Yeah.
down. Yeah, you ran out of bounds too. Definitely.
That's
So
awesome.
so you have that in your mindset for 4 years, and then you
Yeah.
go pro, and it's like they don't want you to run, but you're used to like running and like taking not only running but taking guys on, like
Yeah.
doing the lift drill that Coach Solis used to teach us to do,
Mhm.
right? Which those guys did so well, And it took me a while. Hey, I don't have to do that. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, just get as much as you can and just get out of bounds. But
Now-
and here you have to fight for every yard, every inch you can
Oh,
get,
yeah.
and you are not allowed to run out of bounds. So it took me a while to get used to that. And I learned it pretty good.
That makes more sense because my dad would always frustrate him more than anything was watching a Husker quarterback or anybody run out of bounds Probably because he grew up watching the,
those guys did that.
Yeah.
Even Martinez, those guys did that. No, we were
weren't
not
allowed to.
We were not allowed. No, you were graded down.
Graded down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. And you took on linebackers, you took on defensive ends, you took a cornerback to lower that shoulder and get as much as you can.
Did you guys do any of the green jersey work?
No.
No.
We had one jersey. It was red. It was red.
Hits were not off limits.
No. Dude, even the spring game, we were tested.
Mm.
Like it wouldn't blindside you or something like that. But then when it was you had to run and do something.
You were live, yeah.
Oh yeah, even if you got outside the pocket and scrambled, it was you were live.
Now let me ask you this, because I know this one's been out a lot. I can't see a quarterback doing it. The Oklahoma drill. They didn't make you run the Oklahoma drill, did they?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that'd be.
What Oklahoma drill was that?
Much.
Just beat Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, just going 1-on-1, basically. Going
Oh
right up at each other.
no.
It wouldn't make sense. I mean,
Is that what they
makes
call that?
some
The
sense with
Oklahoma drill?
quarterback. Yeah.
I never heard of that
Yeah.
one, but no, we didn't have to do that.
Well, that's
no.
good.
We ran through. They tried to strip the ball from you, but no,
Yeah.
we didn't do anything like that.
Well, you mentioned, was it Terry Rogers?
Terry Rogers,
Is that
yeah.
that's the son of Johnny, is it?
Oh yeah, come on,
yeah.
And he was smaller than Keith.
He was smaller.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Terry and I played against each other in the playoffs in San Diego.
Okay.
He blitzed us.
Yeah.
He blitzed us. I mean, it was crazy.
Mm.
I was like, dude, that dude is good. And yeah, it was Johnny Rogers.
And he played running back here, or running.
Yeah, he
back
played
out
running
there,
back
too?
here. Yeah, but see, he was really tiny, man. He was
Yeah.
tiny, so it was gonna be tough for him. I
Yeah.
mean, he was probably 5'7", 5'8",
Okay.
5'9" at the most, probably a buck 70.
Yeah.
He was just small, but he was
Yeah.
such a great running back in high school.
Mm.
And when he came here, I think they tried to toy around with putting him at wing back, but he didn't quite have the hands that his dad had.
Yeah.
His dad had the hands, and he just didn't really have the size to carry the load at Nebraska. I mean, he held his own,
Yeah.
and he was quick and elusive, but dude, you just take a pounding at I back here because you got to run between the tackles. We have 42 roll, 47 draw, and 44 ISO, and I mean, dude, you're just up the gut, regardless.
Yeah.
Well, quarterback, you can pick and choose your creases. Running back, now I used to watch those guys get their head in there and go. Yeah, so that's a different world, man.
Yeah.
That's why I said I would never play running back.
Yeah.
That's a different world, man.
Well, I mean, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're a quarterback, you can start a play and kind of think, well, I might not get hit here. As a running back, if they're handing off to you, you're gonna.
We're not running between the tackles. Even then, back then, and I noticed that with Scott Frost and Eric Crouch, they had a couple design quarterback counters, which are really kind of off tackle. You're not really up to trenches in the 0 and the 1, 2, 3, or 4 hole, whatever. We didn't have that with me, but with Eric, I think Eric and Frost had that. They did that. We didn't do that. All of our options are either off the tackle, outside in the perimeter.
Yeah.
But once you turn and got upfield, then you have to take guys on. So you're not just going straight up taking guys on.
I mean, when you're looking at going in, when you're going in to run a play on the option, and read option became very popular much later
triple option
than when you played. But at the same to a degree, it's kind of the same thing. That's when people say, yeah, Tom Osborne, that offense, I just don't know if it'll work too much longer. You might have think, well, he might have just adjusted, and I think he said as much that he would adjust with the read option. It's partially kind of the option that he ran. You're just when you go into that, are you reading a certain player from pre-snap?
Yeah, you're pretty much reading the tackle.
Yeah,
right, reading the tackle, and the tackle, if he cuts down, then you pull it, and you go outside and you option off the end. So you're reading that guy, and then the nose guard, depending on what type of option you have called. But you're normally reading. That's why I say that was the biggest difference going from college to pro. My main focus was looking at the interior line, the line of scrimmage, to what front they were in, depending on who I was on option off of.
Yeah.
Get into or out of a play, a trap play, or something like that. And so that's where you looked at the secondary secondly.
Yeah.
And we didn't really do that too much because we only threw like 6-7 times a game, if that, right? So we primarily just read defensive fronts.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest difference. But yeah, we ran the difference between Oklahoma and Nebraska. Like we only had probably 3 or 4 plays that were the true triple option.
Okay.
The true triple option where you're reading the guard, you're reading the tackle, you're going to give it, take it, and run off and, go outside and pitch off the defensive end or get by him if it's a log, they log in, and then you option off the next force, which could be the cornerback or halfback, depending on what coverage they were in or something like that. So that was a difference between Nebraska. Nebraska was really like a power football. Oklahoma ran like the true triple option they pretty much executed on the perimeters. Where Nebraska, we went right at you with 44 ISO, 42 roll, things like that, where you're just tossing it back and offensive linemen are just pushing people, moving them back, and the running back getting up in there. So that was a different. That's why it was called Husker power. It was clear power, man. Guys just moved off the line of scrimmage. That's all they did was crab block.
Yeah.
That's one reason why at that time a lot of Nebraska linemen didn't do well in the pros or even get to the pros, because they did a lot of crab blocking. With their feet, you're crabbing to cut, to cut the tackle, cut the guard, get your head helmet on the nose and get in position and stuff like that. So it's a totally different strategy. I mean, Remington won the Outland twice, right?
Yeah.
And it was a totally different thing when he got to NFL.
Yeah.
And he played like 6-7 years probably. It's a huge adjustment.
Yeah.
A huge adjustment. Yeah.
How big was the adjustment to getting into that offense? What did you run in high school?
See, that's the thing. I pretty much threw the ball my entire career until like maybe my junior and senior year in high school. My coach saw what Nebraska was doing, and he just put in a couple of option plays.
Okay.
Right. And so we just had like a few basic options that we ran. And then I was able to scramble, and Nebraska saw that I can do that, and I could scramble and run. And so I really had to learn how to run the triple option. We ran a little bit of the wishbone my sophomore year, just a version of it when I was at Edison. But coach pretty much told me, don't you run the football. He said, just pitch it and let Tim Reuters get outside, because he was like a 10-4, 10-5 guy in the 100.
Yeah.
He's like, so I didn't really carry it that much. And back then they weren't running it truly like they should have been running it, like the collegiate teams were running it.
Yeah.
They just didn't have the sophistication. But we showed it, and we pretty much either gave it or, gave it to the fullback, pulled, and I just pitched it to the guy to let him get outside. Every now and then I would run, but he was like, Don't do that, Steve.
Yeah.
Tim's faster. Just let him do it. You just throw the football.
What was your backup quarterback situation in high school? Is that why they were worried?
No.
Did you have a decent one?
No, we just had running backs. We had running backs.
Yeah.
I was a passer.
Yeah.
I passed the football. I mean, we just opened up with a bomb in Fresno, right?
Okay.
My freshman and sophomore year.
Did you start varsity freshman?
No. You won't believe who I was playing behind. Who was in front of me? Tim McDonald was in front of me. I don't know if you remember that name. He's a 10-year, 11-year All-Pro guy with the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
He was a
quarterback?
He was a quarterback at Edison.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a quarterback at Edison. And
I'll write that down.
Yeah, Google Tim McDonald, dude. So he was in front of me. Then I was coming up in the ranks. And so yeah, that's the story. And then the coach left and went to San Diego, and that's when I went there. But I was a sophomore and Tim was a junior and senior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he started at quarterback, and he went both ways, played quarterback and free safety. Great basketball player. He's like 6'4", 6'5". He was a big dude.
Did your high school have a history of producing?
Oh yeah.
D1 talent quite a bit?
Oh yeah, dude. Fresno in general. Yeah. Charles Young was from Fresno, from Edison. Yeah, with Henry Elliott, with tons of guys, dude. Icky Woods.
Hell yeah.
Icky Woods. Yeah.
How many schools?
Icky Woods is a running back. He was in front of me.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
You played?
Yeah, we played Pop Warner together.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he's the reason why I went to quarterback.
What's that?
Well, I started off playing cornerback in Pop Warner. I was like 10 or 11. And back then, they just ran sweep left, sweep right, student by left, sweep right. So I sweep right. I used to have to come up and make that tackle as a defensive back against Icky, man. And Icky was huge.
Yeah.
He was big then, right? And I was like 10, 11 years old, right? And I was like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
I actually led the team in interceptions, So I went to
talent there.
Yes, I went to the coach. Calvin Young. I went to the coach and I just begged. I want to play running back because my brother was a wing back and kind of a running back, Ronald in Edison, and they had won the CIF championship. And so I thought I wanted to play running back because that's what Icky was doing, right? So I begged and begged like the whole year, let me do it. So they finally gave me the opportunity. I said, okay, come over here and run a play. Of course, he told everyone what the play was. And I had to run between the tackles and got nailed.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, okay, I'm good. He said, no, we're going to put you at quarterback. We've been thinking about it anyway because we saw you throw or something.
Yeah.
And so that's when I went to quarterback.
Did you know? So when you were young, you didn't necessarily have the quarterback dream. They just kind of moved you there.
Yeah, I never had the dream. No.
Okay.
I just I kind of wanted to be a running back.
Yeah.
I mean, running backs. I just never thought about quarterback. I just always thought be a running back, and I was kind of small, so I played cornerback, and I was quick and everything. But then I learned very quickly I don't want to play running back.
Yeah.
After that, and ever since then I played quarterback. So I knew since then I was not going to play anything else.
How many schools were in the Fresno area? Did you have a decision to make about which high school, or was it just kind of where
No,
you were located?
I was from the west side. I was from the west side. So like Adrian Martinez was from Clovis. He was from the rich area.
Oh, okay.
Clovis West. I mean, you had to be really rich to live in the Clovis.
Yeah.
Back then, right? I mean, they were like it was like a huge booster to be like equivalent to like Southwest or something, right? It was like as you had Clovis West, you have Bullard, which I don't know if you mean you may know a guy by the name of Sweeney was a head coach at Fresno State. His son was a quarterback at Bullard. Bullard was a huge school. Bullard was like just another rich school. We were inner city schools, so we played all those other schools like Hoover, Roosevelt, Clovis West, Bullard, and everything. And so no, great football in Fresno, man. You can look up all the players that are from that area. That's why I'm proud of it.
Yeah. Sounds like you should be. That's cool. Get a name drop a few Ickey Woods. That's one I didn't expect to talk about
I got
today.
pictures of Ickey. I was a third leg on the track team, and Ickey was second.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's weird, man, to see these pictures of
Old
us. Yeah.
teammates, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. This is Weekly Wrap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. It's fun to talk about his playing days. We'll maybe do a little bit more of that and talk some more college football coming next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you are passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through May 28th is the Mystery Box promotion, a $225 value for only $99. That includes 3 8-ounce fillets, 2 4-ounce fillets, 4 New York strips, and 4 8-ounce sirloins. Also, $2 off all Bear and Burton sauces. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Have a passion for the outdoors? Nebraska Game and Parks is seeking seasonal teammates. Work in scenic state parks, contribute to vital research projects, and care for our natural spaces. Seasonal staff assist with special events, provide customer service to outdoor enthusiasts, and make a difference for conservation. Join the adventure at outdoornebraska.gov. Apply online today.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
RC's Boxing Production is proud to present the new prospects at the Complex. Come enjoy a show of Lincoln's best professional and amateur boxers on Saturday, May 25th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. You won't want to miss this event. It's the new prospects at the Complex on Saturday, May 25th at 1555 Yolanda Avenue, right off of Cornhusker Highway.
Join us this Friday, May 24th for Old School, live from 4 to 6 p.m. for the brand new rooftop at Beer House at 8th and Q in the Haymarket. We're helping unveil their new 40 Torches beer in honor of the 40th year of the Cornhusker State Games. Don't miss it. Old School, this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Beer House.
Now back to weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here on weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. I'm Jake Bachman sitting alongside Steve, and we do have the Royals game now on our airwaves. So
we're getting dumped, huh?
We're getting
bumped.
Yeah, but we're still on Owl. We're still on our streaming services, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, and all that. So hopefully, if you by now, if you're listening to the radio signal, you're listening to the Royals, so you can't hear me anyway. But if not, tell your friends.
It's all good. I don't mind that. It's all good.
So there we go.
Let's share the wealth.
Let's
share the experience.
That's right.
Yeah.
A few questions for you here as we're kind of going through your playing days, and we can get back to that here in a
We're
second.
reminiscing.
Yeah, reminiscing.
Going way back.
On the past. There was somebody on the text line that said he'd like to get B-Dubs on at one point. Remind us again who B-Dubs is.
Brian Washington.
Brian Washington.
I may entertain that.
Yeah.
Brian's retired. He's like retired. He played like 12 years in the league or something like that, man. And so he's just chilling, enjoying the fruits of his labor.
Yeah. Well,
he has a son though. He has a son named Dallas. That's going to be a stud at South. He is a stud already at Southeast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Playing here in Lincoln.
Yeah. He moved back here a couple years ago.
Very cool.
So I'm looking for. I remember Dallas when he was like 10 or 11. Now he's bigger than me.
Yeah, big guy.
He's put together too, because Brian was quite the physical specimen. He was a great basketball player in Richmond, Virginia too. Yeah.
And did he played on your team's
Yeah.
same type of class?
Yeah, same time. Yeah. Brian was the guy. Brian had all the nice cars, the trench coat.
Just a cool guy.
He was cool. Yeah.
It was a coolness, huh?
I got a funny story about him and he and Lee Jones. But anyway, Brian was cool. Yeah, he was cool.
Do you still be for most of your teammates or most of the teammates you had as friends back then? Do you still?
I do actually. Yeah, I just talked to Brian a couple days ago.
Yeah,
he moved back here last year. Neil Smith I talked to, Lawrence Pete, Easy, End Zone Jones, and then his brother Lee Killer.
His brother played here too.
Oh yeah, come on, man. They're both Omaha.
Yeah,
we used to make a
little before mine.
Oh yeah,
so
we used to make fun of the Omaha guys, right? We're from the city, and Lee had this car which he just thought was the coolest car. And it was some old outdated car, and he had these huge two dice, the velvet dice hanging from him.
Yeah. That was cool back in the day, right?
Yeah, he just thought he was so hip. Like, look at Lee, man. He's from Omaha. He doesn't know any better. Yeah, that's what it's like when you're from a large city, like a lot of the guys were.
Yeah.
And then Omaha, they were the locals.
Yeah. Well, obviously the recruiting visit for anybody that comes to Nebraska, when you came, did you just expect cornfields?
I didn't know what to expect, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how freaking cold it was.
Yeah.
Like I've never really seen snow. I remember the sound. Tyrese Knox was my host because he was from San Francisco, California. We went to the Cherry Hut. You wouldn't know about this, but it's like a drinking hole or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And I always remember the way the tires sound with the snow when you're turning the wheels. First of all, I couldn't believe you're driving on snow. That's the first thing, right? And then back then, dude, when I was here, they used to have 3 to 4 feet of snow in the middle of the street. That's how much snow was here, and it was all like that pink color, and because of the sand and the salt. And stuff.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even like turn left or right. You have to wait because you couldn't because there's like 3 feet of snow in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
It was weird. And I've never seen at the university. I've never seen streets that had bricks for streets, like the red bricks and stuff, which was cool.
Yeah.
I remember being in the car with Coach Darlington, and we're driving around university. And we're driving on these roads that are made of red brick. You just remember things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything's new, especially for me being from inner city and Fresno and San Diego, and never really seeing snow. It was a cool thing, but it was just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like really, that's why they call it a white Christmas.
Did you have any doubts after, like at first snow is cool. Then after like 4 days,
you're
like,
so naive. You're so naive. You don't really know, right? 'Cause I knew it was cold because I came on my recruiting visit in December, and that's when they were practicing for the Sugar Bowl, and it was cold out there, but you're only out there for a brief minute, right? It doesn't really hit you like, okay, that's going to be you one day,
Yeah.
out there practicing in the snow, right, and everything. But you're so excited about everything, and you don't really pay that much attention to it. And then when I came up in the summer, it was hot. It was like Fresno.
Yeah.
It was like 90, 95 degrees. I mean, I used to sit at night. Gene Chillen, I never forget this, would sit out at night by the tennis courts at Harper Shram Smith, and I was in some gray shorts and a gray cutoff shirt, and it was nice.
Yeah.
And then come November, like, this is ridiculous, right?
Definitely get the 4 seasons.
Yeah, you get the 4 seasons. Right? I never heard of that.
Yeah.
4 seasons, deciduous trees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And grass goes dormant. I never really paid attention to stuff like that. I guess that's why I like the Midwest, because now I like the 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I was golfing the other day. Of course, people always talk about the rain. My wife talked about that all the time. Like, we need rain. I was like, why do you want it to rain? In California, we never want it to rain, right? And we have a drought, and we've done just fine. The Lord will provide.
Yeah.
I don't want to see rain.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
well, it's funny in California. Sometimes it starts raining. You stay off the roads. You don't.
Yeah, dude. Like, we were bummed when it sprinkled.
Yeah.
It never really like rained hard.
School's out.
That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why I had a racetrack and stuff. So when it rained, and we would go inside and just play with our race cars all day, right?
Yeah.
But if it rained, you couldn't go outside and play basketball. I never played. It may have missed it one time in high school when I was playing, and I never really played in wind.
Yeah.
Dude, we could never fly a kite in Fresno. I mean, really, never even thought about the wind. Our baseball games was always hot. So things you take for granted, and I don't know why especially this month, dude. There's been so much rain and wind and everything. It's just, I'm used to it now, but it's ridiculous, man. Never thought about it growing up. Never, ever thought about it growing up.
Did you have too many snow games when you're here at Nebraska?
Oh, yeah, dude. Come on, man. We got the famous Kansas game.
Oh, there you go.
I got to get you educated. I thought you were the technical guy here. No, they actually brought a tractor out against Kansas and cleared the field.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got some great shots of me
Here
playing
at Memorial Stadium.
At Memorial Stadium.
Yeah.
They brought a tractor out and cleared the field. That's how much snow we got.
That's crazy. Was the crowd still into it?
Oh, yeah. They never left it.
Yeah.
I remember the freshman game being out there, and the whole crowd got all these wet weather stuff on because it sprinkled all the time. Sprinkle and mist and rain all the time. That's what I remember from our freshman games. I even went out and spent a lot of money for this red polo raincoat that my girlfriend took. She loved it. It was one of her favorite coats at the time. So you just kind of get used to the weather here.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it now.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's a pain, but just rain at night so I can golf during the day.
Right. Now it's just gets in your golf game play.
I don't want to get in the way of golf. Yeah.
I know I've asked you this before, but I'm trying to remember. If you didn't go to Nebraska, what was the school you think you would go to?
University of Washington.
Washington, that's right. Yeah. Because you went on a recruiting trip there and enjoyed that as well.
Oh, loved it. Yeah. Yeah. I did have a great time. Don James was cool.
Yeah. Was it what was the ultimate thing that swayed you to Nebraska? Was it Osborne?
Yeah. Nebraska was the best at the time.
Yeah,
they were just the best, man.
Yeah, there's that.
They were they're the best.
Yeah.
I mean, their fan base was crazy. And they were just the best. It was never a question.
Yeah.
That's why I felt like I won. I mean, now that I think about it, I was so fortunate. I mean, I told the story before, like Nebraska was my first choice. And of all the high school quarterbacks in the country, I was their first choice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of crazy. So I felt really lucky and really blessed that I won the lottery with that. And it worked out well.
I think it worked out for both sides.
Washington was cool, though, man, because I never forget. I got a letter from Don James and Smith, who was my guy that recruited me, because my first start was against Florida State, and I was National Player of the Week. And they actually wrote me a letter, and they congratulated me on my performance, and they always thought I would be a great quarterback, and that's why they wanted me.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. And I was like, you know what, that would have been a good place to go to. That's the kind of coach I would have played for. Yeah. So I was lucky.
Transfer portal era Steve Taylor. Is he staying at one school?
Yeah, I was a 3-year starter. What is Shedeur making? I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Fair enough. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it's crazy too. One thing that I did want to mention as far as current news is TJ Lateef, the latest quarterback recruit, is going to be invited to the Elite 11 finals. So
and where is he from?
He's out in California.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Is Orange pretty close? Is that Orange County? Orange?
No, that's near LA.
Oh, that's a different.
It's 4 hours, 2 hours from San Diego.
Yeah. What I'm asking is Orange in Orange County? Is that the same thing? Or am I?
To be frank with you, dude, Orange County it was a rich place.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know too much about it.
You don't know too much about it. All right.
I know of it.
I guess when I see that it's from Orange, I just go, oh yeah, Orange County. Yep.
I think it's Orange County is somewhere. I don't know. You should look it up. Maybe by Long Beach, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I have to double
or
check.
is it north of a little bit, kind of like north of San Diego? How far south? I think it's further south of Los Angeles.
In LA, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Interesting.
I don't know too much about.
You didn't go too much to LA?
No, I just drove through LA.
Yeah.
I went to LA, which was we played Inglewood my senior year in high school.
Okay.
We went up there and beat up on those boys from San Diego.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Okay.
I know Pasadena. I'm just in and out of LA. Football games,
what's
stuff like that.
Other than Fresno, which is pretty big, what's the next closest? What's like the biggest?
San Francisco.
San
I know
Francisco's
San
pretty close,
Francisco. Yeah, we used to go there quite a bit.
That's North
Yeah,
Cal.
Northern Cal. Yeah, we went up there. I went to a couple of Niners games because my cousin, my coach, Calvin Young, was Charles Young's brother, who was a tight end from Fresno that played for Sam. That was the first professional football game I went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we drove up there.
And that's when the 49ers
Dude, I
were
was
top
an
of the
inner
game,
city
right?
kid. We couldn't travel very much. We didn't go outside our community.
Yeah.
We went to Magic Mountain. We used to go there, with our local community center.
Yeah.
It was nice. I went to Magic Mountain one time with $20. You know what that gets you? Nothing.
Does it get you in?
I mean, seriously, you get one meal for that at Magic Mountain. Those bring back a lot of memories, man. But no, you just pretty much live within. I had this conversation with my daughter the other day because they're refusing to live in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah.
They want to live in these larger cities like Florida and Dallas and everything.
Sure.
I said, Sid, you're pretty much only living in the community anyway. It ain't like you're living. Now, I understand they like the diversity and all the cultural things, all the different shops. I get that, right? But you can go visit, you can go get that stuff.
Yeah.
So I said, it's not like you're going to. Dude, I didn't go to the beach until I was in San Diego. And that's because my coach's wife went to the beach and took us. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't. I'm going to go to the beach for. I don't need a tan.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to swim in the ocean anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's
the
interesting.
affordability, especially with you, in the housing markets, obviously.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I kind of thought the same thing is for a while I wanted to move. And obviously, just born in Lincoln, want to go see something else. It was just hard to find a destination that really brought a whole lot more to Lincoln that was going to be in the same price range.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I thought, you know what? It is probably just better to live in Lincoln and travel.
It is. I was like,
yeah.
when I want to go see something, I can go see it. When I want to go to the beach, I can go, right?
Yeah.
But Lincoln's a great place to raise a family and everything. It does lack the diversity, so I get that. But it's grown so much. And now we have different type of cultural foods and ethnic foods and stuff like that. So you can get a little bit of that flavor and everything. But no, we don't have any beaches.
Right.
And nothing like that. And it's not warm all the time. I mean, I've been in Florida in July and August. I don't want to be there.
Yeah. Sometimes you get too warm. I seriously considered moving to Phoenix, and I went and visited there. And after 3 days, I said, I'm not moving.
Yeah.
There's no
no,
way.
it's too hot,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's too hot. And I can't believe in Fresno how hot it was. But by then you're young and you don't really know the difference.
Yeah.
But no, I'm good. Now I just want 75, 80, 85 at the most.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't like all the humidity anymore.
And no rain because you want to golf.
I want to golf. That's all I want to do is golf. Golf is something else I won't say, but just golf. Yeah.
All right, well, fair enough. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with the final segment of Weekly Wrap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor after this.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel with Gatorade, brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Lincoln, a proud partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Spring Sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Power Combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics, your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
It's officially one of the greatest weeks of the year on the sports calendar, Masters Week. Book your tee time today with friends, family, or coworkers at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Doors open at 10 a.m. from Thursday to Sunday, and they'll have food directly from Augusta National, like pimento cheese sandwiches, Georgia pecan caramel popcorn, and lots more. Plus specialty drinks to get you in the mood for the greatest golf tournament in the world. Book a bay today at doubleeagle.golf.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Now back to weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. The 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are wrapping up the rapping here on 93.7 The Ticket. Weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor is in its final segment.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit of sports with you here as we are getting into some, we all want to wait for football season. I understand that. But I know. I love the NBA playoffs. So have you been able to keep up with NBA playoffs?
Oh, yeah. I've been watching it, dude. Kind of religiously until my daughter, my wife, starts chatting too much.
Yeah.
and I got to remove myself and go in a room and watch it or do something else.
Well, let me ask you this. As an NBA fan, do you kind of like this era now where I think the last 5 champions or whatever have been different teams? You're not repeating. You're not,
oh, yeah, I like parity.
Do you like that a little bit more than the super teams of the Cavs and
Warriors
years back?
I'm tired of the let's buy a team.
Yeah.
I want to like to see them build a team. Yeah. That's why I'm liking this Pacers. And they're young kids.
Mm-hmm.
They've drafted them, recruited them. They put together a team. Their inexperience showed last night.
Yeah.
With that. But no, I enjoy it, man. I do find myself getting bored. I told my wife, all they do is dribble up and down the court and shoot. It gets kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm a football snob.
Yeah.
And then all the not bad calls or lack of calls, the way they call their fouls, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
It's just basketball is a different thing than football. I'm a little biased.
Yeah.
And the way they flop.
Yeah.
The way they whine and cry and all this kind of stuff.
It's funny in the broadcast last night. They mentioned it like midway through the third quarter. It's like, how nice is it that these teams aren't complaining about calls tonight?
Exactly.
Even
the commentators complain all the time about the call or the call that was not called.
Yeah.
Or someone traveling. You know. So that's what's different. That's why I kind of balk at. I love it because they're great at what they do. I mean, they make it look so easy. Like the way they shoot the basketball and stuff. Now, anyone can dunk if you're 6'11".
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that tough, right? I wouldn't say anyone. It's just, but the way they can shoot the football, the basketball is unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a huge Celtics fan, cheering for them to go on to the end. But I have to admit that Jason Tatum is the worst at complaining about calls. I mean,
they do, man.
But it's too much. It's like to the point of like, when you actually do get upset about thinking you've been fouled, you've already cried wolf for the first quarter and a half.
Yeah.
How the ref is going to distinguish between the two.
I know, and the flop, the guy. So that's what is kind of annoying when it comes to basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're talented in what they can do, man. That shot that JB made the other night, 3-point is just ridiculous.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
So and it's heartbreaking in the way they can lose and win a game.
Yeah. Well, and it is, it's different than the basketball game that you watched growing up. Obviously, a lot more shooting. Like you said, spacing more important. The land of the giant, the 6'11" guy doesn't, he's kind of, unless he's mobile and can shoot, then it's kind of frozen out of the game.
And that's why I like watching it in the playoffs because they do play a little bit tougher defense.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see that now.
Yeah.
When and of course they play 100 and something games or whatever, man. So I get it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. It's pretty amazing to watch them.
Yeah, and to be, there's pretty good, Minnesota Celtics. These are some of the better defense.
I was hoping the Knicks. I was hoping the Knicks get it done. I was hoping they get over that hump.
Boy, everybody got beat up on the Knicks, didn't they?
I know they did.
I know. To like their equipment manager came out there and ran some minutes. I think at the end.
That brought back a whole lot of memories with the Indiana Pacers with Miller.
Oh yeah,
and Spike Lee going at it.
90s matchups.
Yeah. So I'm kind of pulling now for the Pacers a little bit.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: do you watch much NASCAR?
Never. No.
Never.
No, I mean, I like racing when I was coming. I didn't like racing. I like race tracks.
Yeah.
AJ Foyt, Richard Petty, those type of guys.
Mm-hmm.
I love race cars and stuff, but no, I'm not in that.
Not too much.
How are you gonna watch someone go around circles for 4 hours, dude?
Yeah, I'll admit I'm not too much into it either, but I do like it. I feel like the lowest common denominator fan would just like at least the crashes and the fights. And that's when I
wonder how I got a friend of mine who loves NASCAR.
Oops, there you go.
I love a guy,
Yeah.
Brian Buddha loves NASCAR. I mean, really. and he watches it.
Yeah.
I've tried watching it a little bit, and I can see why, but 3 hours of it, 500 miles.
Yeah. It's a lot. It is a lot to take in.
I mean, I appreciate it now because when I did my driving school, when I went with my Corvette, when I went to that driving Ron Meadows driving school and got into the car with a professional driver, I'll never do that again.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But
was it rattling or what was
no,
going
dude,
on?
it's
so
when
fast.
you're going on, and he was only going like about 170,
Oof.
175 around some corners and stopping and braking and twisting and turning.
Yeah.
Dude, I was perspiring like crazy.
Yeah.
They kept telling us to take, to get hydrated. Of course, but once you got that harness on and you got all that stuff,
Oh yeah.
it's 200, 300 degrees in that car.
Mm.
And they sit there for 5 hours. I mean, how many hours?
Yeah.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Going around in circles, and your attention, dude, you can't blink.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they blink.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't.
You shouldn't do.
Yeah.
No, so I respect the craft. There's no question, and the guts and the courage
Yeah.
to even drive through a wreckage or something, man. Heard stories like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's I tried driving in the fog and it's tough.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a NASCAR guy, but I appreciate it.
Well, it's interesting because I know you said you're kind of getting with the Caitlin Clark movement, kind of getting.
Oh
a little
yeah,
bit more into the WNBA.
I'm missing her games.
Yeah.
I'm missing her games, and I watched some highlights this morning of a few teams, and dude, they make it look easy too. Those girls can play.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know why it's taking this long, but I respect them so much. They're so good. They're so good. So I give kudos to Clark for bringing that out there like that. I think a lot of people have seen it now, and I'm so happy for them. Yeah.
How about boxing? You into boxing?
Oh, do I always love boxing?
Yeah.
I boxed for a little bit.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I boxed with Sunset Community Center.
Hmm.
This is no truth.
Yeah.
I boxed.
What
I
ages?
had 2 fights.
Yeah.
I was probably 13, 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you win one and lose one?
I was undefeated,
Okay.
but I decided that's not for me.
Yeah.
So when you get hit and you feel your brain like hit the other side of your skull, and get hit in the gut.
Yeah.
And the training, dude, the physical shape you have to be in. I used to drop a medicine ball on my stomach and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, nah, I just watch it on TV.
Are you interested in Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
That dude is nuts for getting in the ring with Mike Tyson, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
When is that going to happen?
I think it's in July.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get it. I watched the last one he was in.
Yeah.
Just to see, but when I think of Mike Tyson, of course he was in his prime when I was watching him.
Oh yeah.
Anyone that would get in the ring with him is suicide.
Yeah.
Even to this day, the guy can kill you, man.
I mean, if you started winning, he'd bite off your ear. So you don't even want to win. You don't even want to win, really. So.
Did you see that fight? Did you see that fight, Evander? You didn't see that one?
I saw
watched
highlights of it. I was younger.
Oh
when
man,
that
I felt for Mike.
Yeah.
The truth was just nailing him, dude.
Yeah.
And it was a downfall. It was a downfall. It was. Yeah. And I never forget that. I was in the apartment over there when Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas.
Oh yeah.
I was going to school. I came back to go to school and watch the fight, and I just couldn't believe it.
Were those fights on pay-per-view at the time? Or do you remember?
Oh no, he had a contract with HBO.
Okay, yeah, sure.
When I was growing up, I watched Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, Thomas Hitman Hearns, No Mas. Who was that? What's his name? Roberto Duran. Is that his name? Benitez. I mean, I watched growing up on the living room floor, watching Wide War Sports and watch those guys fight. So that's and my brother Mitchell boxing in the military. Yeah, and so the local community center was. For some reason, was going to have a boxing team. I thought I'd go out and try, and I did it.
Might as well.
I had 1 or 2 fights. I won, but I was like, dude, you got to be in shape, man.
Yeah.
That's a different animal.
Yeah.
Of course, we used to buy boxing gloves from Kmart and go out and, and box in front of the yard, with kids, Yeah. So I was kind of adventurous. I tried a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any sports that you used to watch that you're not into anymore?
No, I've never gotten to hockey.
Yeah.
I tried to watch when I was in Canada because that's what they live, eat, and
Very
drink,
popular,
whatever, hockey. But I can't skate. I appreciate them. First time I couldn't even stand up.
Yeah.
And what those guys can do on skates is pretty phenomenal. But no. And I watch hockey, the playoffs a little bit. But no, I'm not really. I watch golf.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than watching golf, dude. And I watched the PGA last week, and that was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
But golf is my favorite, which I never watched growing up. I didn't watch it until I went to Canada, and my neighbor watched it all the time. And I was like, dude, how can you watch golf? It's boring.
Yeah.
But when Tiger came, it was just another world.
Were you into golfing when your football days, or golf was kind of a post?
No, I knew how to golf, and I
Right.
did golf because I learned when I was 13.
Yeah.
You know, but I never had time before. I didn't really start picking it up again until I was backing up Doug Flutie when I wasn't playing that much.
Oh yeah.
And so after a game, next day after practice, I went and played a round of golf. And then once I retired, I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah.
It's the best sport. It's the best sport in the world to do once you're done doing your original craft.
Yeah.
It's the only one you possibly can do.
Yeah.
And I can't even do that as good as I used to. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming in once again. Keith Endzone Jones will
Yes.
be joining us next week as you're out on the golf course trying to get a victory in the what would you call it?
What? And what?
In the golf tournament. You said you had to be a certain age.
I call it the Old Man Open.
Open.
It's our member guest for people over 50.
Yeah.
And I love playing it because it's only 2 days.
Yeah.
And you feel like you play a round of golf. You play a full 18 rounds, so 18 holes. So, and then I'm looking forward to it. It's a good time.
Yeah. Well,
So
good
I
luck with
appreciate
that,
I appreciate my boy Easy covering for me.
Yeah.
You can get a different perspective. He can do some fact checking to see if everything I'm saying is true or not.
Yeah.
He can vouch for me or not. No, you'll like me. You'll get along very well
Yeah.
with him.
That'll be fun. That'll wrap it up for weekly wrap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. Happy hour coming next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Treads Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust.
This is James Harrell with
safety,
NP Dodge Real
surety,
Estate. When I
conversion,
became a
and
licensed realtor, I
This is
wanted
where
a brokerage that
expectations
would
are
help me
exceeded
grow in my
every
new
time.
career. I
Make your
found that in
appointment
Lincoln
today
First
at
Realty.
Treads Central
When Lincoln
Tire
First was
Pros, just
acquired
south
by
of
NP
Portland on
Dodge, the
Highway
training and
77,
support I
or
received
visit our
only got
website
better.
to
I
explore our
love
services.
knowing I have the power
Remember,
of the
when it
NP
comes to
Dodge plan
tires,
behind me.
choose
I
Treads
would
Central
recommend
Tire
NP
Pros
Dodge
because
to new
we
agents
tread
looking to
differently.
jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents
Doane
who want to take
University,
their business to
we
the
build
next level.
leaders.
Expand your
And that
career with
means
NP
your
Dodge.
success
Call
and
Eric at
achievements come first.
402-434-2222.
At Doane University, your future is
Liberty Law
uniquely
Group is
yours.
committed to
And
the
our
defense of
world-class
liberty
liberal
for those
arts education
and the
is
pursuit of
just the
justice
beginning.
for those We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal
believe in
campus
treating
visit
every
today
client with
at
respect,
doane.edu/visit. See
When
you
you're in need of
soon.
legal assistance, trust Liberty Law
Hey,
Group to
Nebraska!
fight for
Register
you.
today for the
Call
40th annual
877-42
Cornhusker
Liberty.
State Games,
That's
taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities.